What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another mod review, and today we are going to be reviewing the mod called the World Downloader mod. Now this mod is amazing. I only found out about this mod about 3-4 months ago, and it really was awesome, so I thought I had to do it in a mod review and show you guys how it works. Essentially what this mod does, it will download any multiplayer map that you are in at the time. It will give you a new download button where you just click it and it will start downloading the map. And it will put it over into single player, so you can have whatever you've downloaded here in single player. So for example, if you have built a nice house on a server and you want it in single player maps, so you could get this mod, go over to that house that you've built, click download, it will download that house and the map around it, and it will put it over into single player. But there's a few things that you need to understand about this mod before you get it and before you start downloading. This mod will only download active chunks on the server. So as you can see around me now, all I can see is all this stuff here, and anything beyond this point it will not download unless I go over to what I want to download. So for example, I know that on this server my stadium is over in this direction, but I can't see it, so this mod will not download the stadium because it's not in my view. If I wanted to download the stadium, I would need to go over to it, like here now. Now the stadium is starting to spawn in, that's when it will start downloading and be in the map when I go over to single player. But anything I do visit and fly around, it will stay in the download, you know. So if I get out of the view of the stadium now, that doesn't matter, it will be in the download because I've actually visited it. And another thing that matters on this mod as well is chests. If you want to get what's in the chest in your single player download of it, you will need to look in the chest to be able to get the stuff which is in the chest. There's nothing in them chests right now, but if there was, then I would need to actually look in the chest for it to appear in single player. So let me show you how this mod basically works. If you install this mod and then you press escape, and then you get a new button here called download this world. This button is the button that will start the download of the world you are currently in. We're not going to do that yet, we're going to go to the options of the download. Now these three little dots here is the option, so let's click that. It says multi-world support. You'll get this message every time you click on that option settings. Basically what it's telling you is that if you're on a multiplayer server, it will support different dimensions such as the nether, the end and stuff. So that is basically what that option is telling you. So if you want to download the nether on a server, if you want to download the world as well, it's going to do that. But just click OK or enable or disable, it's up to you. Then you'll get met with this option here. Now this is the name of the map that you want it to be called in single player, so name it whatever you want. I'm going to leave that name as it is right there. And start download button, this is for this option. You can have it in your menu or you can change it to automatically. Basically what automatically does is as soon as you visit any server, it will start downloading it. I don't like that. I would prefer to have it in the menu when I can click the button and do it myself. World overrides. Now what this does is it overrides all the current settings you have at the moment. So as you can see here, if you're in creative mode on the server and you don't want to change it, it will be creative mode in your single player. But if you do want to change it, you can select which mode you want it to be. Same with the time, you can change it to morning, noon, evening, sunset. It's totally up to you. I like having these as don't change because I'd rather it just be the same way as it was when I downloaded it. The weather, and this one's quite important, spawn position. The spawn position, it will be exactly where you are standing at the time. You can change it to coordinates if you want to. We can have it as automatic. Totally up to you, but I like having it in the current position that I am in when I started downloading. The next one is world generator overrides. Now this one is quite important. You remember I mentioned to you about it only downloads the chunks that you see and that are around you. Now if you do not enter a seed in this box here, it will download the world around you as a flat world because that is what's selected here. You can change it to default, but default will just do some random seed. I've tested it before, it didn't really work because when I tested it last time, it downloaded the chunks, but anything beyond them chunks, it just spawned in ocean and it didn't really work. Flat world, it will just spawn in flat world, anything past them chunks. So what I like to do is I like to find the seed of the map that I want to download, and then I will put the seed in the box. I copied the seed before I started this video. That is the seed to the fan server. So if I put that in now, what it will do, anything beyond the chunks that I visited, it will spawn the world in as it originally spawned with this seed, if you know what I mean. Now generate structures, this is basically your villages and stuff. You can turn that on. I like to turn that on just in case I want any villages. And player overrides is similar to what we looked at before about the time and day stuff. This one, do you want him to spawn with full health? Do you want him to spawn with full hunger? Do you want his position to be the same? Yep, I leave all that the same like that. So once you go through all them options and set it up to how you want, you click done, and then you'll click this button here called download this world. So once I click that button, you can see down there in the chat it says download has started. So if I want to download all the stuff that I want, I'll fly around to everything that I want to download. As you can see here, I'm not going to go too far, so I can show you an example of where it stops when we go over to single player. So I'm going to fly around here, get the stadium in as well, all this stuff that I want to download like this. So yeah, I think that's enough for now. So once I've finished downloading, I will go back into the options, and oh, it says still saving. Right guys, I think that's finished downloading now. So once that's finished downloading, you will get this button here called stop download. So all you need to do is click that button there, and it will bring a message up in the bottom there saying download has stopped, save started, saving. So it's saving the world again for some reason, which is a bit weird. I don't know why it's doing that, but it does work. There you go, save complete, your single player file is ready to play. So now we can go over into single player and check the world and see if it's downloaded right. One thing you need to be careful about with this mod is that this mod is not that compatible with other mods. So I would recommend, if you are going to use this mod, disable all the mods you have enabled. So if you use Magic Launcher to install your mods, just uncheck all the mods you have this mod as the only mod you're using at the time when you're using it, because it can go a bit weird sometimes when you got other mods installed. But let's go over to single player and check out and see if it has worked. So let's disconnect, go in single player. As you can see there, I've got KaoshKraft fan server, so let's click on that. Right guys, and here we go, we have the fan server in single player. There we go, we downloaded it and now we are in single player doing it. So let's fly on in this direction here to see if it has spawned it in with the seed that I put in, and it isn't just cut off and it's spawned in a flat world. So if I go on beyond a certain point where I couldn't see, it should just start spawning in normally. So I think this is it here. Look, I couldn't see this far when I was at spawn, and as you can see, the world is just spawning in normally, and that is because I put the seed in. Yeah, there you go, sand's falling, so that is a brand new spawn of chunks there, and it hasn't got like a big cut off line where it's not spawning in normally. So if we didn't put that seed in, what it would have done, it would have just cut it off straight and then just spawned flatland. But because we put the seed in that box, it hasn't done that. So yeah, that is it guys, that is the World Downloader mod. It's an awesome mod if you just want to go and grab some houses you've built on a multiplayer server and get them in your single player world. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this mod review, and look out for some more mod reviews. I'm going to be doing them every week. This one's again a bit late, it's meant to be up Friday, but I will do it on Friday next week. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again in another mod review.